ByAnanth Pandian 60 minutes ago. Before Game 1 of the NBA Finals on Thursday, LeBron James sat down for an interview with ESPN's Rachel Nichols and talked about everything that went on during the season for him and the Cleveland Cavaliers. James was very forthcoming during his chat with Nichols and touched on a variety of topics like his feelings about the Kyrie Irving trade, Cleveland's up-and-down season, and his views on Cavs owner Dan Gilbert. Via ESPN, here are 5 takeaways from James's interview with Nichols. At one point during the season, James questioned whether the Cavs would make the playoffs. "It was at points where, okay, will the Cavs even make the playoffs?" James said. "And I was like, okay, I am not settling for that conversation, now that is just ridiculous. Now I have got to get into the postseason." James admits that he didn't play at an elite level in January and that he flipped the proverbial switch after the trade deadline. "I was like, okay, I am not quite sure what we are going to do with this ball club. We are not playing good basketball, but you can't sell yourself short," James said. "You have so many people looking up to you, you have so many kids to inspire, and you, yourself, you have always talked about be as great as you can be every day. So I kind of hit that switch before the trade deadline." James didn't like how the Cavs traded Irving to the Celtics, which in turn contributed to Cleveland having an up-and-down start. "Even if you start back to the summertime, where I felt like it was just bad for our franchise just to be able to trade away our superstar point guard," James said. "A guy that I had been in so many battles with over the last 3 years, and obviously I wasn't a part of the communications and know exactly what went on between the two sides. But I just felt like it was bad timing for our team. So I felt like the odds were against us from the summer," James continued. "And then we come into the season and our all-star point guard that we got from Boston, Isaiah Thomas, wasn't able to play until January. We just had so many things going with our team. We shuffled in different lineups, we shuffled in different players, we made a trade at the deadline, and I can't sit here right now and say that the finals was a part of my thinking." James says he and Cavs owner Dan Gilbert have a great working relationship. "It's not about me and Dan, we have a great working relationship," James told Nichols. "It's not like we are not the best friends, and I don't think you should be best friends with a player, and an owner shouldn't be best friends unless I'm your father and that's my son, and, okay, cool, we could be great then. But I think it's worked out for us both in these 4 years so far since I've been back." James also touched on Gilbert's politics and how it relates to his upcoming free agent decision. "I've tried to put this franchise at a level that is always seen in a positive light," James said. "From a basketball standpoint, from a social standpoint, from a brand standpoint. I get a lot of delight in the headlines, but I'm one, as long as I'm here playing for this franchise. When you see the Cavaliers, I want you to think of prestige and a great organization." When Nichols asked if James's relationship with Gilbert would affect his free agency decision, James said, "We're going to see. Start the conversation." 247 Sports.